Thank you so much for coming out to our official grand opening of our newest location right here in K Street in downtown DC. As all of you are aware, we are on one of the most iconic streets in the world where the intersection of politics, government, and business all collide. At MakeOffices, our mission is simple. We provide dynamic and innovative spaces for people who want to get real work done. We're going to have 535 people working here, and they'll be using 8 conference rooms, 9 call rooms, a recording studio, device lab, 2 wellness rooms for new mothers, relaxation room with anti-gravity machines, and we have a 200-person event space throughout our kitchen. When we had started about 3 years ago, Chris and I, we were reminiscing yesterday, and he's somewhere there in the back. Our first location was 8,500 square feet, and we had 24 offices. And we were super excited, and everybody started coming to us and saying, will you really find 24 companies that can fill up this office? And we got nervous after a while. We got really, really nervous, and we opened our doors. 41 days later, we were sold out. And it turns out it wasn't 24 companies. It was nearly 3,000 people that now work in our offices. And we couldn't be more proud of that fact. And that all started right here in DC. We couldn't be more proud to be from DC. And DC has always been at the center of everything that we do. This is our official opening right here on K Street. And we expect that this location will be one of our fastest sold out ones that we've ever had. We couldn't be more proud and honored to have you here helping us with our ribbon cutting ceremony today. But first, I would love to turn it over to the mayor so that she could do brief remarks on the status of startups throughout the district. Thank you very much.
Congratulations. Well, good morning, everybody. I am really excited to be here, and I want to congratulate Raymond and MakeOffices and the whole team. Give yourselves a big round of applause. I always like to congratulate companies for locating in the best city in the world. I'm a little biased, it is true. And I know a lot of you also choose to make your home in Washington. You'll hire a lot of DC residents and other companies as you make your businesses. And you'll sell to a lot of DC residents your products and services as well. I have had the great privilege of being mayor of Washington, D.C. This is my hometown for the last 2 years. Actually, just yesterday, we released to residents our 2-year accountability report. And one of the things we are most proud of is many people will think of Washington only as a government town. And we're proud to be home to the federal government. But the fact is that where we see the most job growth, energy, and investment is in our private sector. And when we look at the entire region, D.C., Maryland, and Virginia, we're doing better than Maryland and Virginia in growing our private jobs. So the diversification of our economy has been key to our economic growth over the last several years. And one key indicator was when the federal government began its sequestration a few years back, which we hope will end at some point. There was a big concern about the D.C. economy and how we would react. It was a big concern when we go to Wall Street and we get our bond ratings, how the markets would react. And what they have demonstrated, what we have demonstrated, is that we have been very resilient in the face of sequestration, that we have diversified our economy and really changed D.C. We have an independent CFO in the district, and he just released some estimates about our upcoming revenues. And he said last year was the best quarter that we've experienced in D.C. in the history of the District of Columbia. So just know this, you've picked a hot town to start and grow your businesses, and we really focus every single day on how to become better partners to the business community. So I wanted to be here because too infrequently do we remember to thank our business community. I was at a company a few years ago. They're going to be your neighbor. You may have heard of it. It's the Washington Post, little operation in Washington that's been around. And the founder's son said to me, you know, we've been in Washington, we employ this many people, we contribute this much to the economy, and nobody ever checks on us. And so we want it to be a hallmark of our administration to check on business, to make sure we're improving processes, and to make sure we're good partners. So anything that we can do to help, whether it's our consumer, regulatory affairs agency, our health department, I don't know all the businesses that you're involved in, but at some point you're going to talk to us about something. And I want to make sure that those interactions are good ones. So good luck, stay in touch, and I'm happy to cut the ribbon with you. And Shana has been a fantastic friend of DC Tech, an ambassador for DC Tech, and then that's another thing, Raymond, you have to do. You have to be an ambassador to the whole tech community, because we know that tech thrives in a town when there's a critical mass of companies, and we want to spread the word that we do tech well here because of the great entrepreneurs that are flocking to DC. Shana.
Thank you so much. Thank you. All right, right before we're going to head over and cut the ribbon, we'd love to have you join us and take some photos, which is an exciting part of it too. Commemorate this great thing, great occasion. We're also really grateful for the efforts that you guys have done to support diversity in entrepreneurship. And recently we launched Beacon, which is a women's entrepreneurship initiative to make DC the best place for women entrepreneurs in the entire country. And we're gonna launch that with the mayor's office. And MakeOffices and a lot of other Georgetown Law and Google at South by Southwest. We have an office here for Beacon. So thank you so much for your support of diversity and entrepreneurship.
1, 2, 3. MakeOffices.